live and in color with Night Force. I have really been enjoying this guy lately, and getting as many photos in with him as I can, and enjoying the different looks that we got with him. I've been rocking the helmet with the night vision goggles, and now moved over to the full face mask, sans helmet. Really good look. I think this was the only new piece of tooling that we actually had for Wolf Spider, if I'm not mistaken. Every other piece is reuse. So I thought that was a clever way to introduce a new character, and very clever kit bashing to arrive at a really stellar figure. I was a bit disappointed that we didn't get an unmasked head sculpt. I hope that's something that the team will correct in the future. If I'm not mistaken, this would be the first member of the team whose ancestry comes from India. So we continue to see the team become more and more diversified, and it would be great to get an unmasked head sculpt. It would be great to get a mainline version of Wolf Spider with an unmasked head sculpt. I certainly hope we will see this guy turn up in the new Skybound comics. Wouldn't that be great? But I rocked a couple different guns for him, and I noticed this is also the one that Popinski uses, and the colors are just right. I mean, I went away from it. I tried to put him with one of the Hasbro guns, and did that for a bit, and ended up coming back to this one. It's just the best look for him. And surprisingly, the strange Falcon backpack works really well for him too. That typically I am not a big fan of that backpack. So while we're rocking the night vision goggles, I went ahead and got my new Falcon head sculpt set up with his night vision goggles. The beret looks so good on him because they did such a good job with this head sculpt. Obviously, we know folks were very unhappy with that first head sculpt, and it's hard to argue with that. I was willing to let it go, but they definitely knocked this one out of the park, and I'm really glad that we do have a new Falcon. He is a lot bigger and stronger than the previous Buck that we had. And if you've seen some of my other videos, I talked about how I thought those shoulder pauldrons were just a little bit too small, and I was having trouble keeping those in place. So I pulled them off, and I wanted to reuse those. So I did. I pulled those off of Falcon and popped those on Wolf Spider, and man, do they look good or what? It almost looks like they were designed to go on this guy with the full face mask. I mean, the colors are just perfect. This was the first figure that I tried those pauldrons on, and didn't have to go any further. It's just perfect for him. It's a great look. I feel like one of the cool things about getting these new, more recent, I should say, with the larger loadouts that I think in some cases are a bit of an apology for the fact that there isn't that specified weapon. In other words, a unique weapon for a unique character, as opposed to reuse. But I think as a bit of an apology, they are giving us some very generous loadouts that we can in turn use with other characters, and especially when we start getting into the weapons that are color specific to the individual teams here. Of course, we're talking about Night Force. And let's see, I went ahead and popped the goggles. Well, this is a full face mask onto Jody Shooter. Again, one of my favorite characters, and possibly my favorite female character on the Joe side. Really like her, really like the different options that we have for her. I don't use the mask very often, so I'm going to try to correct that and get that included in some newer shoots, because I think they did a really nice job with that. Initially, I wasn't crazy about it, but it's one of those things that's really grown on me. I love the little digital details, like the LED readout on her shoulder strap there. Really pops. I noticed in a photo that I just took that really stood out. Lenny and crew are just doing a fabulous job with the series in general. Here we go with Tunnel Rat. Also got his night vision goggles, which are the same goggles that we just saw with Falcon. They were wise to use a different paint app on those, and that green really pops. It almost looks like it is illuminated somehow. What a great figure. I've always been a big Tunnel Rat fan, and even the oversized gun is cool, but in this case, I decided to pop that off, and this is actually Stalker's gun, which is a bit more appropriate in size, I think, for Tunnel Rat. Just hanging out with Night Force on a Saturday morning. Here we go. Let's check out one more Night Force character. Here is Big Ben, also with the mask, and this was one that I also didn't use a whole lot in the beginning. It's grown on me, and I'm going to try to make an effort to use it some more here. Just getting these guys together to do a little Night Force shoot with all of the night vision gear and all the masks, because I just feel like I don't use those often enough. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm going to sign off here, and appreciate you guys watching. And hey, brother, Rebels, Reptiles, and Games, I sure appreciate you watching. Same Time Toys, thank you. I really appreciate you chiming in there. Night Force, brother, these are probably my favorite figures on the Joe side right now. I don't know why, I'm just over the moon about my Night Force at the moment. All right, well, I sure appreciate you guys watching. We'll do it again real soon. Have a great weekend, folks.